Hello, my name is Evi Reznick. I'm a story spinner and a story snipper. And with the help of my scissors, I'm going to spin and snip some stories for you today. Which is your favorite holiday? Could it be Hanukkah, the festival of lights, adding another candle every night? Or maybe Chag Purim, the holiday of Purim, dressing up, eating hamantashen, delivering mishloach manot, giving out baskets of Purim goodies. That's the best holiday. What about Passover with all that matzah? Saying the Manish Tanah, asking the 4 questions, hiding the afikomen. Maybe that's your favorite holiday. For Aliza, the best holiday of all was Simchat Torah. And just like all the other holidays, the celebration began at night when Ima did the candles light. 5-year-old Aliza watched her Ima, her mother, as she lit the candles and said the blessings. Aliza was so excited. The holiday of Simchat Torah had begun. There would be a special celebration at their shul, at their synagogue tonight. Come, Ima, are you ready to go? I'm all dressed up, you know. Adam and Daddy are already there. I want to be lifted high up in the air. I can't wait to get up on Daddy's shoulders. Just one more minute, Aliza. I want to finish setting the table before we go. We'll be having dinner very late tonight, you know. Okay, let's be on our way. Hooray! As Aliza and Ima entered the shul, they could hear people singing, and they could see them dancing around the aisles in a circle. The Hakafot, the Torah processions, had just started. There would be 7 of these processions, with the men marching around the synagogue aisles, taking turns holding the Torah scrolls. As Aliza entered the sanctuary, a man gave her a big bag. What is this for? Wait and see. You will find you need it. Aliza could not see her daddy, but she saw her friend Rena, and she joined in the line of people dancing around the shul. Everyone was singing. And when the singing stopped, someone handed Aliza a golden apple, and she put that into her bag. And then the singing started again. Torah tziva lanu Moshe. Torah tziva lanu Moshe. And someone handed Aliza some licorice sticks. And she put those into her bag. And then someone handed Aliza a flag. Torah tziva lanu Moshe. Torah tziva lanu Moshe. But she didn't put the flag in the bag. Instead, she waved it about as she marched and sang with all the others. David Melech Yisrael. David Melech Yisrael. And it seemed as if every time the singing stopped, she got more treats to put in her bag. Aliza felt very proud when she saw her Abba, her father, carrying a Torah scroll. After her daddy carefully handed the Torah he was holding to a friend, he came up to Aliza. "Well, Aliza Biza, what do you think? Are you still little or are you big?" "Oh, Daddy, I'm still little enough to go on your shoulders." Can you guess what he did next? Of course, he picked Aliza up high in the air, over his head and onto his shoulders. "Oh, my aching back, this is one heavy load." How much fun it was, perched up on Daddy's shoulders, high up in the air, watching the dancing below. "Look at me, I'm up in the clouds," Aliza cried. Aliza waved to Rena, who was sitting on her grandfather's shoulders, and Aliza waved her flag high up in the sky as everyone sang, "David Melech Yisrael."
David Melech Yisrael, Chai Chai V'Kayam. David Melech Yisrael, Chai Chai V'Kayam. David Melech Yisrael, Chai Chai V'Kayam. David Melech Yisrael, Chai Chai V'Kayam.
"Hello down there," Aliza called to Adam. "Hello up there. Want to ride on my shoulders?" "Oh, yes." So Daddy transferred Aliza to Adam's shoulders. But not for too long. Adam was her older brother, but he wasn't that much bigger or that much older. It was almost an hour later when they finished the 7th procession. Aliza sat down next to her father, and she leaned up against him. The stars had come out a long time ago. It was past 9 o'clock. Aliza sat quietly, listening to the men finishing their prayers. At last, evening services were over. The cantor lifted his youngest son, Moshe, onto his shoulders and marched out of the synagogue singing with great simcha, with great joy. Everyone followed. "Daddy, can I go on your shoulders too? I want another ride." "Okay, Aliza Biza, but just till we go outside." The night air was cool and crisp. As her family walked home, Aliza wished she was still little, young enough to be put in a stroller and pushed home. Daddy held her hand tightly. Aliza stayed awake long enough to hear Kiddush, the prayer over wine, and eat some challah. She almost tumbled off her chair. She was so sleepy. But as Daddy carried her down the hall to her room, she smiled sleepily, remembering the joyous night, and there would still be tomorrow. The next morning, when Ima and Aliza got to shul, the congregation was finishing morning prayers. There was no candy this time as the hakafot began, but the celebration seemed more joyous than the night before. Once again, Aliza was so tall, sitting up on Daddy's shoulders. And then she went up on Adam's shoulders, and then on Adam's friend Ari's shoulders, and then it was time for everyone to sit down. As the Torah scrolls were returned to the ark, 3 of the Torahs were left out. The first of these scrolls was rolled up all the way to the end. After reading a part of the Torah every week, on Simchat Torah, the last portion of the Torah would be read. First of all, the Kohanim got called up as the Torah was being read. Then the Leviim, the Levites. Then all the rest of the men got an aliyah. First they called the men whose names began with Aleph through Chet. Aleph, Avi, Beit, Baruch, Gimel, Gedaliah, Dalid, David, Hey, Tamir, Chet, Chaim. Then the next section of men got called up, Tet through Ayin. Tet, Tuvia, Yud, Yaakov, Chaf, Carmi, Lamed, Levi, Mem, Mordechai, Nun, Naphtali, Samach, Saja, Ayin, Aaron. Then the last section got called up, Pei through Tav. Pei, Pinchas, Sadi, Tzvi, Kuf, Kalman, Resh, Ruvain, Shin, Shalom, Sin, Simcha, and Tav. But for Tav, no one came up. There was not even one man in the shul whose Hebrew name began with Tav. No one could even think of a name that began with the last letter in the Hebrew alphabet. Can you? Torah began with Tav, and all the men had had a turn to be called up to the Torah. Whose turn was it now? All over the synagogue, the parents began to call their children. Daniel, Chaya, Joshua, Miriam, Malka, Marissa, Jessica and Jonathan, Esther and Mordechai, Ari, Tzivia and Zizi, Dov Bear and Bear Dov, Yehuda, Aliza and Adam, Zipporah, Zev, Sarah, and Devorah. Quickly, Jason, go find Courtney. It was time for Kol HaNe'arim, all the children, to come up for an aliyah. And as the children came up, and as the fathers carried their babies up to the bima, the men spread out their prayer shawls to form a canopy over them, just like the canopy at a wedding. And then one man recited the blessings slowly and clearly so the children could recite the blessings with him. Whose turn was it now? Chatan Torah, the groom of the Torah. This was a very special honor, and this year it was given to the chazan, the cantor. After reading a part of the Torah each and every week, the last portion of the Torah was now read. At the end of the reading, everyone stood up and chanted, Chazak, Chazak, v'niz chazek. Be strong, and we will be strengthened. And then the chazan grasped the Torah poles, the 8 chayim, and very carefully lifted the Torah high up in the air. It was very hard to do, because with the Torah scroll all rolled to one side was very heavy, and one side was very light. And as he lifted the Torah scroll up, everyone stood up and chanted, V'zot HaTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei b'nei Yisrael al pi adoshem biyad Moshe. And this is the Torah that Moses placed before the children of Israel upon the command of God through Moses' hand. Then everyone sang, carefully, lovingly, the Torah scroll was rolled up. The beautiful Torah cover was put back on, and the Torah was given to a boy to hold as he was sitting near the bima. Whose turn was it now? Chatan Bereshit, the groom of the beginning. This time, the rabbi of the synagogue was given this very special honor. Everyone stood as their beloved rabbi went up to the bima. Now another Torah scroll was brought up. This scroll was all rolled up to the beginning of the Torah. This time, the first sentences of the Torah were read.
Bereshis bara Elokim es hashamayim ve'es haaretz.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And once again, the Torah scroll was lifted high in the air. And once again, everyone chanted, Zot HaTorah, Asher Sam Moshe, Lifnei B'nei Yisrael, Al Pi Adoshem, B'yad Moshe. The services continued with the reading of the Torah. When all the services were over, everyone left the sanctuary with a feeling of great joy. Daddy lifted Aliza up on his shoulders for the last time that day. Aliza, Biza, you are getting big, but I will always be strong for you. And they all headed to the social hall for a festive lunch. Simchat Torah. It was Aliza's favorite holiday.